Hey guys, what's going on? We got another Enhancement Shaman PvP video. This time we are in 10.2.5 and there was also a giant patch on the 23rd which brought about a massive change in PvP. Basically what happened is they increased overall stamina by 10% and increased armor stats of cloth, and I think they changed the way plate armor works as well. But anyways, I'm going to be playing Storm as Enhance, and then we also have Plum on his Death Knight, who is playing Unholy, and Shuk is actually on his Holy Priest after the massive buffs to that. He wanted to do some testing with it. So in this matchup, we are fighting a Sub-Rogue, Shadow Priest, and a Holy Paladin. Our main focus is kind of the Shadow Priest, but we don't like to let the Rogue just sit there and not take any damage, so we scare the crap out of him. As I see the full sacrifice on the priest, I'm just hitting the rogue, trying to stay off of the center pillar in case a bad fear from the priest happens and I get pushed onto the other side. I don't need that happening. And you can also notice I don't have Purge because I want Static Totem, and honestly I just find Purge so useless sometimes, but when you're fighting a paladin it's probably best to have it. But anyways, here, the Pally went for a rep, but got kicked by Plum, and then Shuk went in for a stun fear, and then I get a triple static totem stun, and then we just knock out the rogue with a nice ascendance proc. It's totally all planned on that, but yeah, it was a pretty good combo at the end here. Here we're fighting Devastation Dragon, Resto Shaman, and a Destro Warlock. I don't have much experience fighting Dev Dragon, but in my opinion, I think he is the primary target. The reason why is with recent changes that happened, Warlocks are very tanky right now. They gained increased armor on top of their already high armor, as well as increased stamina, so it buffs all of their healing effects and such like that. So in my opinion, Warlocks are like a walking fortress right now. They're kind of monsters. But as you can see, Shuk gripped me there, so I was able to catch his fear with a tremor totem right away. Um, so if he didn't grip me, I would have been in a really bad spot and they could have shut me down there pretty quick. But as you can see, we are hitting the Warlock, but noticing not much is happening. So here, he drops Grounding Totem. I should have seen it and killed it before finishing my cast on the Hex, but you make a mistake. But anyways, we're back on them. I pull them out of the earthen wall, drop a static totem to get the stun off. We're still hitting the warlock here for a couple seconds. Just trying to see what's happening. They both go up top, so I walk up to this wall just to line of sight all their hits. And then he pops another observer, so I go ahead and kill that as fast as I can. As you can see, the dragon comes down. We can't really do much to him because he's got that immune to slow effects and stuff like that, so he's very difficult to catch. But we get on top of him, thankfully, and then there's a double coil with the grounding totem from the shaman, so thankfully that happened. So now he doesn't have grounding totem to do anything. But here the warlock ports away once again. The shaman gets a lasso on Shuk, so I go ahead and kick and then hex him. Jump on the warlock, but he pops a nether ward and then his death pact, and then I see the devastation evoker really low, so I quickly switch and we're able to take him down, thankfully. That is one of the most pain in the butt comps I've ever fought. Dev dragons are definitely really annoying as an enhanced shaman because you really don't have much to lock them down other than getting them in the cage totem or hitting them with a root totem. They're very slippery, but they do fall over, so here we're just finishing them off. And there he goes. On to the next one. We got... Oh, Cupid with a Beastmaster Hunter. So here I actually change up my talents just a little bit. Rather than having a bit of extra healing, I swap for the Crash Lightning to buff Storm Strike, which gives me a massive buff. So for every target up to 6 Crash Lightning hits, you gain 10% increased damage on your next Storm Strike. But as you can see, we're wailing on everybody and everybody's falling over. We get Tree from the Druid, and we also get Bubble from the Paladin. So that means almost anybody's a target right now. but I'm just sticking to the hunter just because when you're fighting a Resto Druid, I find it best to split for the most part, as you've probably heard in previous videos, because having them spend mana hodding 2 targets is much more efficient than them just hodding 1 target. It costs a whole lot. As you can see, the Druid's really burning through his mana. Shuk already uses Life Swap, unfortunately, but it is what happens when you're dealing with a Rep Paladin and a Beastmaster Hunter. Rep Paladin also got quite a bit of a buff. I'm not sure how much it affects it, but I think it does quite a bit. Here, I get a Cage Totem, but he already kills it. But Plum gets a nice blind, so I get a double stun totem right there. Kick the regrowth on the Resto Druid. And then there's the sacrifice from the Paladin. So I switched to the Paladin for a couple seconds just because there's no point in really hitting into it because it's reduced damage. So we're still on the Paladin and we're able to take him down. So as you can see, he spent Ironbark and Sacrifice on the Hunter. So that gave us a window on the Paladin because we knew he didn't have Bubble. So he had no externals to use for him. Here we fight them again because I don't really know why. This was literally right after the match we just had. It was kind of weird. I'm not sure why we fought them twice in a row. It was a long queue session, but it was really, really odd. But anyways, I get a nice Ascendance proc here. I'm running Bloodlust as well just because I didn't see any use of Counter-Strike or Grounding Totem here, but as you can see, I got a huge chunk of damage from a massive Storm Strike because I cleaved with the Crash Lightning on all of his pets, and it just lined up great with a massive, massive Storm Strike. It feels really good. And I think the Stormbringer proc was about 40k, and that's only 25% of the damage, so that was like a massive hit. But anyways, here we're fighting RMP. This one was a bit tough, but I was able to actually catch the rogue in a root, which canceled out their opener, as you can see. So I think he was quite mad. But there goes a vanish on their part. So he gets a cheap shot on me. Plum gets a nice stun on him. And there I get a cage totem. I drop the static totem. Plum gets nice triple grip in. And here we're just able to cleave them a little bit, hitting the rogue, hitting the mage, whatever's close. There's Pain Sup on the rogue. So that means, okay, we're not going to hit him for a second, but apparently I still am. Frost Mage is really slippery. They have a lot of CC and roots and stuff like that, so they're very difficult to deal with, especially in a comp like this if you don't have a Rep Paladin or something to deny all that. I see the Priest walking in to Shuk there after the Poly, so I go ahead and drop Tremor because I see it coming. Which he ends up with just a final DR on the Polymorph. So there's the Cloak, there's the Ice Block. They're all terrified right now because I just got an Ascendance proc, but I can't do anything with it, unfortunately. But here the Mage gets out of block, so we go ahead and switch back to him. He's still going for Polymorphs. I don't think he realizes Shuk is still on DR for a couple more seconds. There the Priest goes in for another one. Shuk gets a nice grip on me just so I can survive. I just dropped Grounding Totem, trying to get out of the sight of the Mage. There I knocked the Rogue back, tried to root him, but it didn't work out so well. Still running away. Plum's in a Polymorph, so he's not really in danger since he's at full health. There the Priest is over here. I go for a Hex, get it off, because he just used Fade, so it missed his thing. I'm not sure if this Priest gets a greater Fade or not, but anyways, here the Mage is being really aggressive with his polys. He really, really wants it. But I just go ahead and try and deny as much as possible. Trinket for Grounding Totem to deny any further damage and stuff like that. So here the Rogue goes ahead and duels me. So I'm just kind of like, oh crap, trying to heal myself, knock him away, root him, do whatever I can to get him off of me. He didn't really have a huge amount of damage, thankfully, so... but here, we're back on the Mage. I missed my kick on him, so that was quite unfortunate. So that gave him precog, which sucked. But there Shuk realizes they're trying to set up some CC on him, so he goes ahead and pops his Angel form just to prevent all CC. And here I get a nice proc and just unhealable damage on the Frost Mage. So Rogue Mage is definitely an option for us to beat, but it's really, really annoying, as you can tell by the entire match. But it is doable, thankfully. But on to the final match. This is just a quick one. We just do a complete reverse Mongo stomp on these guys. So it was quite unfortunate for them, but it worked out for us. As you can see, we get the druid, pull him in, and we just start wailing on him. So much damage is going out right now. He's freaking out. Plum just doesn't let him leave, and we just take him out. So it was very good on our part. But that is it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully this helps you out at all, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Laters.